Hi class, today I'm going to help you write your first code. Now I really do encourage you to read through the directions provided in the assignment and to try and work out that code by yourself before watching this video, because there's a real value to being able to read directions and to implement them without watching a video. But this is your first time, so if that was a struggle or if you'd like just a confirmation that you did everything correctly, you can watch me. Now, the first thing is I recommend you create a code folder. So this is going to be for our class. It could be inside the actual folder of this course if you've created one. So I'm going to create one now. So I'm going to create it under Documents. And I'm going to do this by selecting New Folder. And I need a folder for this class first. So I'm going to put Intro to Programming. Then I'm going to go into that folder and I'm going to create a second folder. This folder is going to be just where we store any of the code that we write. So there's going to be other types of assignments as well, so maybe that wouldn't be appropriate for this folder, and that's why we're creating one. I'm going to call this folder Code. And so now I'm going to say everything I save in terms of code will go into this folder. So we can close this. Now the next step is let's open up Wing 101 where we're going to write our first program. So I open up Wing 101 by going this way. You choose whatever's best for you. And you can see it kind of remembers where we left off at. This is a little bit smaller, but that's okay. I can pull this like this and make it a little bit larger if I'd like it to. Alright, so next step is I need to create a workspace where I can actually code this program. So we do this by going to either File, New, or you can just click this little piece of paper image. And so now we have our workspace. We need to title this workspace something. We need to call this program by a name. So right now you can see here it's called Untitled-1. We don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to, well, actually we can click this little Save the Active Document button. And now it's going to say, hey, where do you want to save this? So we're going to go where we created that code folder, which was under My Documents. And then under the name of this course, Intro to Programming. And then Code. Now, the name that we're going to choose here is Hello World. Okay? See, it says Save as Type Python. So we don't have to put an extension on this. But if this was not here, the extension you would use would be .py. So just think about that. In Microsoft Word, often the extension is either .doc or docx. So Python files end with the extension .py. So I click Save, and you can see it says right here, hello world.py. Great. So now let's write our first program. So the statement we want to type in is print parentheses, open parentheses. Notice there is no space between the word print and parentheses. And then no space again, and I enter a double quote and type in the phrase hello world. I close this string, is what we call it. I close this string with another double quote. And then I close the parentheses, and I can hit enter, and I go down to the next line. So we have a program with one line of code, a print command with a statement within it. We want to click Save. You can see the asterisk that was next to the code has gone away because it's now saved. Anytime we make a change, notice an asterisk comes back. If I delete this, it knows that even though this is the same code, I've made changes. I can click Save again and you'll see it disappears. Alright, the last part of this writing code and making something happen is we need to now execute this code. We want to run the program that we wrote. Very easy to do in Wing 101. All we have to do is click this little green button right here, this play button, okay? And that will run our code. What happens is it takes this code and it does something to it in the background, but the output, where we want something to say print, it's going to appear inside this Python shell. So let's click this button and see our first code get executed. See, very small, but it says it evaluated hello world.py, and this is what it does. And it just printed out the statement hello world with an exclamation point. And so that's your first program. And congratulations. Many, many, many computer scientists before you and programmers have used this as their first program that they've ever written. It's standard that we do this. At this point, for this class, what you would normally do now is you need to take a screenshot. So I'm going to even walk you through that. There are those screenshot directions. I'm just going to show you the process while I actually take a screenshot of this to upload to this assignment. So I want to open, on Windows, I like to open up the program snipping tool. So I type in SNIP, there's snipping tool, and it's this little program right here. Just this little piece right here. And so it's real simple. I click new, and now I can go ahead and take these arrows, and what I want you guys to do is I want you to go all the way up here. I want to make sure that I see your code. I want to see your screen, most of it, and I want to see the output on the right hand side. So if you were to select this, this would be good enough for me. I can see the name of the file, I can see the code within that file, and I can see the output. So I let go of my mouse, and then I go to this feature, to this program right here. Now, notice the Python shell is in the way, so I'm going to close Wing, and so I can see this fully. Here's an image. I need to save this image. So if you click new, you're going to lose this image, and you can recapture if you didn't like the picture the way that it came out. But if you're happy with this, you want to click the save button. Again, navigate to this course. So documents, intro to programming. This is an assignment, so you may have an assignment folder. I wouldn't put this inside the code folder because this isn't code. This is going to come out as a picture, as a .png. And so, actually, let's change this to, let's make it a JPEG file. Even better. And I'm going to name this, I'm going to call this Hello World, and maybe I'll put SN in front for SS for screenshot dash Hello World, and I'll click save, and now that file, that image exists within that folder. So if we go down to documents, oops, intro to programming, there's that hello SS Hello World. If you can do a preview real quick, and you can see that this is what I want you to submit to me. Okay, so you'll upload this when it says to take a screenshot of your work. Make sure you read the directions. I may have something very specific I'm looking for, but in general, this is what I'm looking for.